Ladies and gentlemen, you are here on a historic night. We have Gary Busey on the Lovitz or Leavitz podcast. Ladies and gentlemen, let me present to you Jon Lovitz! Thank you.
Hang on. Thank you, thank you. I'm Jon Lovitz. Welcome to Lovitz or Leavitz, and I really appreciate you coming here today. And I'm just going to move this over. And we have a great show for you with a wonderful guest. But before we get to that, I have to read these commercials from our sponsors. Today's show is brought to you by eVoice. Do you know what that is?
No.
This is what it is. You can get a toll-free or a local number. It's a number you give out. Like you don't want to give out your cell phone or your home phone. So you give out this number. It's toll-free. It can be a local number. And it has a greeting on it. And then all your calls, the people call this number, and they can get routed to your voicemail, and all your voicemails are transcribed and they're emailed to you. And it's less than $10 a month. So, you know, if it's just awkward and they go, well, come on, just give me your number. Oh, are you too big for me? Here. And then they'll go, you don't have an 800 number. You go, yes, I do. Call it. And then you don't have to give out your number. You know what I mean? Like you meet a girl and she was like, well, give me your number. And you're like, okay. Then you meet a guy, like, give me your number. And you're like, So you can give out this eVoice number and for business and everything. Anyway, if you go to eVoice.com and you enter the promo code Lovitz, which is my last name, Lovitz, you get a 30-day free trial. So that's eVoice, promo code Lovitz. Or you can go to the Jon Lovitz Vodcast Network.com and click the eVoice banner. Well, all right, don't get it. So you give out your real number, don't complain to me. Anyway, thank you for coming. How's the food? Is it good? And did you eat? Oh, you already ate. Well, we'll be here a while, and you eat some more. Anyway, thank you for coming. We started this, it's called Jon Lovitz Vodcast Network. It's been really exciting. We have a sports show called FYI with these two Major League ball players, Robert Fick and Dimitri Young. They got an exclusive interview with Lenny Dykstra, and it was on USA Today. It's been very exciting. And the partner in the Vodcast is Mark Short. I want to thank Mark for helping so much. And we have a Vodcast studio up there where we record stuff. It's great. And it's really been terrific. So a month ago, I did a live show with Dana Carvey, and then there's some others on there I did with Heather McDonald and Steve-O, which was really funny. Anyway, this is my next live show, and it's a very special guest. There's a guy, I'm on a sitcom now called Mr. Box Office, so we were working together on that, but I met this guy years ago. He's a great actor. I think he's misunderstood. He's a genius, in my opinion. He's completely unique. Please welcome Gary Busey. Have a seat, Gary.
Hello, my friend.
Hello.
Where's your yarmulke?
Don't start with the Jew jokes.
What?
Nothing.
You gotta speak up with me.
Anyway, Gary, that's your mic. You can take it out of the stand if you want.
Hi.
Now,
Whoa, go ahead.
Gary.
You get closer to me when I put on my glasses. Is that exciting to you?
You know, Gary, do you remember what you said when Mr. Box Office we're at this table read. Byron Allen produces it, and basically the cast they're all African American. They're great people, except for Gary and I. But anyway, it's a lot of fun. Bill Bellamy's the star of the show. Vivica Fox, Essen Atkins. So we all did go around saying, introducing ourselves. Do you remember what you said? You said there's 2 things you need to know when you work with me. Do you remember what you said?
Yeah, there's 3 things.
Oh.
There's 3 things you need to know when you work with me. That's pray for the best, prepare for the worst, and expect the unexpected. And that's me in my life. That's just me.
Yeah, and we were all dying laughing. And for some reason, they wrote you a role of a teacher at a high school.
I was a science teacher at a high school, and I did know that the guy who was substituting teaching, who starred in a movie as an alien, I knew he was there to take me back home to my planet.
Yeah, they basically you played a crazy guy.
Well,
why?
No, I wouldn't
would
play
they do
a crazy
that?
guy. That's just me.
Well, I think.
How are you guys doing? I'm so happy to be here to see you and talk with you and pat you on the back. Thanks, sincerely good.
You mentioned earlier to me before you ever started acting, your first job when you were 14 was very unusual, wasn't it?
Oh boy, it was. I was born in Goose Creek, Texas, which is now called Baytown, Texas. It's about 30 miles east of Houston, on the Houston Ship Channels and Black Duck Bay and Cedar Bayou. So my Uncle Buddy, I was there hauling hay. I was 14 years old, and my first job was to go out in the pigsty, and he had 3 500-pound sows, and I had to slop them into trough, and these pigs were playing tug of war with corn cobs. They were eating like heaven couldn't wait. And then in the back of the pigsty came in a black billy goat named Charlie, and my uncle would say, "Gary, don't let the goat penetrate the women." I said, "Okay." And I'm 14 out there in my cowboy boots in the mud, and Charlie would run toward the sows. Let me give an example.
Charlie's the goat?
He would be on all 4 feet, and the sows about there, over there in the stage. He'd run and he'd stand up, and his little member would be shaking and rolling. But he never was able to find the pig's furnace. So he didn't even know, pigs didn't even know he was there. And Uncle Buddy kept saying, "Gary, don't let Charlie penetrate the women." That stuck with me to now, since I was 14. And there's something to be said about not penetrating women. I learned that at an early age. And when the goat finally saw me, he went and charged me and knocked me, flipped me in the mud. Then Uncle Buddy said, "Gary, that's good. Let Charlie go. Come on with us." My first job. Boy, you learn a lot when you have a job you can't even explain or expect.
Did you ever trip the goat?
When it happens to all of us, take it in as a good learning lesson. Don't let the goat penetrate the women.
Prepare for the unexpected.
You should see the goat's little member, because his but it never could hit the pig's furnace. So that was so great for me.
The goat had
the goat couldn't penetrate the women whether I was there or not.
So the goat had a little goat boner?
The goat boner, yeah. Goat boner. That's a club in...
that's a term that if you really lived on our farm, you'd know.
Goat boner do?
Yeah.
Goat boner.
Keep the goat boner away from the women.
We should write these things down and create...
Did you ever trip the goat on its way? Like, did you try to stop the goat? Because it sounds like you didn't.
Well...
And you got paid anyway.
I didn't stop him, but I came close. But he never could find the pig's furnace. He couldn't get it in there. And I told Uncle Buddy, "Uncle Buddy, the sows don't even know the goat's here." "I don't care. Just don't let the goat penetrate the women." And that goes for every man in this world right now. Don't be a goat and don't penetrate the women.
Well, how did that lead? Because before you were an actor, you were a drummer. So how did you go from tripping up a goat to music?
Music was easy.
Don't ask me. It's his life.
Yeah.
But you were a professional drummer?
I was in I was a Sigma Chi at Oklahoma State University, and they had everything in the band except a drummer. And so I was a self-taught drummer, and I knew all the lyrics to every song, so I ended up being the singer. We had a guitar, a bass, an organ, piano, and a drummer. And we went all over the place. We were known as the Rubber Band. And we made a deal with Epic Records, and it was just joyful, joyful, joyful. And out of that, I met a man named Mr. James Best, who taught me camera technique and film awareness.
Oh, the actor James Best?
Yeah, the actor James Best. He's the reason that I'm in this business in the way I am.
He was on Dukes of Hazzard, right?
Yeah, Sheriff
And
Roscoe P. Coltrane.
My dad was his doctor. Did you know that?
Your dad was a doctor?
Yeah, and he was James Best doctor.
It's better to hold this damn thing.
It's easier. But yeah, he was he was nothing like that character on
No,
Dukes
he's
of
not
Hazzard,
like a
was he?
character. A very, very well-talented man painting and playing comedy things and writing plays. And he did a lot of Sammy Fuller films, like Werewolves from London. No, it wasn't that, but it was a World War II movie. And every time they were going to do a scene with Sammy Fuller, he would shoot a .45 in the air. That meant everybody get ready or I will kill you.
Sam Fuller was the director.
Huh?
The director, Sam Fuller.
Directors?
No, it wasn't Sam Fuller, the director.
Oh, yeah. He was single-focused, hard nose, and a sharp shooting .45. And that's the kind of directing I haven't had the ability to have. If somebody's shooting a gun in the air before you do the scene, you better do the damn scene good. Because you don't know where the next bullet's going to hit. If it hits you in the butt, you can run fast. But if it doesn't, just duck.
He'd shoot live ammo?
Yeah. You know, I have something for you. I know a way you can travel faster and be in places that you don't expect. And all you have to do is get your face put on a postage stamp, and you can mail yourself anywhere in the United States. And it's for free. Isn't that great? Everybody get their face on a postage stamp and forget about paying the post office. Just mail your face and you'll be there sooner than you think. That's pretty good, mail your face.
I
That
have
sounds like
no
a song.
idea where this conversation is going.
Well, that's why I'm here. I'm to enlighten you with the learning process that you haven't achieved before. You are to achieve accomplishments now that I've been here, telling you how to think and how to move. And you got to stop wearing your underwear backwards.
Now you tell me.
It's all working. It's all working good.
So the acting started, and you stopped being a drummer, and then...
No, I'm still a drummer. I played drums with Leon Russell. That was a great time.
Yeah, Leon Russell, I was a big fan of his. What was he like?
Oh, boy. He's
You know Leon Russell?
He's a genius, piano player. He just did a big tour with Elton John that they put it on a documentary. Leon's a genius. He just knows what to do without thinking. And that song he wrote, A Song for You, years ago, before I played with him, was they're classic songs, Leon writes classic songs. Lady Blue, Masquerade, do-do-do-do-do-do-do.
Well, that was a big hit for George Benson, right?
What'd you call me?
Masquerade.
Masquerade, yes. You know, everybody's on a masquerade all the time. They just don't know it. You know, all of you out here are on a masquerade, but you don't know it. You're not conscious of it. And that's what makes it okay to be in a masquerade. People like you better when you're masquerading. Even though they don't know you're masquerading and you don't either, they just like you better. It's great.
You know, I've known Gary a long time, and basically, whatever he says, at first it's kind of like, huh? And then you think about it for about 3 days, and it starts making sense. No, but that's the thing is people think like, oh, they'll go, oh, he's crazy. He's not, you're like a genius. You're just like way ahead.
Well, it takes a lot of people 3 days.
No, I have to think 3 days about the shit you say before it starts making sense.
3 days is a trinity in order to take this shit smell out of your pants when the cow shits in your britches. You bury them in the earth and the nitrogen will take...
Well, the cow shit in my pants because I didn't have some 14-year-old kid stopping the cow from doing that.
You can't stop a cow from pooping when he wants to.
No, exactly. But
you'll see the middle of his back jump up and then middle will unload in your britches.
Right.
And you
can't stop it. Even if there was a kid there.
You can't stop it by sticking your fist in
You know,
the
it
rectum
occurs
of a
to
cow.
me, do you think because of that first job it affected you mentally?
Of course. Look at me.
That's really what we're getting at, right?
What?
That's what we're getting. Your first job was trying to stop a goat from fucking pigs.
Penetrating.
I would think it would affect your brain somehow.
No. I have to
It had no effect?
You don't say the word fuck, you say penetrate the women.
Sorry.
That keeps it all clean. That makes drive-in movies work better when
But
you're
you
in the
have a
back
couple
seat.
of kids, so you didn't take that advice
Did I
to
ever
heart.
what? You ever chop off their tits? What did you say to me?
Houston, we have a problem. I
just
said you
sitting here
have
for-
a couple of kids. And I don't mean baby goats.
You're dating a goat? You know, you could get away with dating a goat, man. Because the only thing about it is goats aren't kosher. They're not kosher.
Again with the Jew reference.
You know what kosher is? Kosher is a state park in Israel.
It is?
Yeah, you go there to eat things that are just there for you to eat, like Hebrew weenies. You know those things? Those big round things, you go, whoop.
Gee.
I'm eating kosher weenies.
Close your eyes, you'll think he's a rabbi.
What? Your eyes think you're a robot? Come on, John. I'm
What?
English.
You like fish with wine?
Fish with
I'm trying to
wine?
think like, huh?
Do you have wine in your aquarium? Fish swimming in wine?
Do you like cats when they're nude in the shower?
Do I like cats when?
When they're nude in the shower?
When they're nude.
Yeah.
Cats are always nude. What are you talking about? This guy didn't know, but you think cats?
I guess I'm just crazy.
You think cats go down to a cat store to buy the fur they wear? No. They're nude all the time.
Yeah, but what about when they're nude in the shower?
If they're nude in the shower,
Yeah.
well, then you shave the hair off of them. And then they're nude in the shower. It's good to leave it.
I'll tell you one thing, folks. This is a conversation you'll never forget.
That's the plan, Stan.
Hey, I read you were the last guy on the series Gunsmoke to be killed.
Yeah.
Tell us about that and James Arness. And did you sleep with Miss Kitty?
Ooh, okay, here we go. We're going to have fun on this one. My first scene, I was in a doctor's office with Milburn Stone, who played Doc. And I had the first line. And they would say, okay, ready, sound, rolling speed, okay, action. And I was standing there looking at Milburn like this. Okay, Gary, you have the first line. Oh, okay, that's right, okay. Okay, let's do it again. Stand by, speed, rolling, sound. Action. I'm looking at Milburn. They said, Gary, you have the first line. Why can't you say it? I said, I've grown up watching Gunsmoke, and I can't believe that I'm in this room with Doc. It's just not coming to me. But then it came to me. And what happened was, I was riding a horse. We were called Busters, me and John Beck. And I was riding a horse and fell off the horse and cracked my head on a fence post. We were trying to make money to buy a ranch in Montana. We weren't gay. It was just the way it was back then, late 1800s.
This wasn't part of the show. This was real that you were doing.
No, this is part of the show.
Oh, it's part of the show.
So I died. When I died with my eyes open and one eye crossed. So that's neat. That's what happened. They called me back the next day and say, Gary, you can't die with your eyes open on TV. It's against television standards. So they said, action. I went, relax your eyes, Gary. It'll work. So, okay, cut. That was it. Now, the series went off the air after that show.
It was on for 20 years.
Yeah, I know. And I'm proud to say I can say I was the last guy that died twice. On Gunsmoke!
What was Miss Kitty like, Amanda Blake?
What was the P on? I'm sorry, what?
Let me rephrase it. Do you like seagulls?
Yeah, you know, those guys are neat. What's fun is to shoot little 3-year-old kids get these vitamins that are rubber and shoot seagulls with rubber vitamins. And they'll fly faster, they'll squeak at you, and they won't poop. Poop. Oh.
Well, that answers the question about Miss Kitty.
Yeah, Miss Kitty.
Who were some of the great actors you worked with before you started the movies? That you grew up watching, and besides Doc, that's one great story, but were there others that you were in a scene with, or in movies too, and you went like, I can't believe I get to work with this guy?
No.
Nobody?
No, nobody. I just met Mel and Danny Glover, Mel Gibson, on Lethal Weapon 1, and that was fun. We had a great fight scene at the end of that movie. It took 5 nights to film, from 5 p.m. to 5 a.m., and the orthodontist, chiropractor would come out and hook metal circles with wire on our knees to shock us. And that made us fight better and stronger. Have you ever done a fight scene?
Yeah.
Let's get right here.
I did a fight scene, but it was like a funny fight scene.
I won't touch you, but it will seem like I am.
I would love to do that. Unfortunately, I have to read this next commercial live.
Commercial?
Yes.
Well, you don't have commercials here.
I'm
I'm not getting paid. This is free. Never mind.
No,
the
you might
commercial.
get some dough, Gary.
Is this Hula Pussy?
This show. No, not Hulu. I have to do a thing from Hulu Plus. What'd you call it?
Hula Pussy. Hula Pussy.
No, Hulu Plus.
You told me earlier it was Hula Pussy.
You know what Hulu Plus is?
You wanted to give me a dance with a pig.
Oi, oi, oi. Oi, vey.
Jewish pig.
Oi, vey.
Do you know what Hulu Plus is?
Do who what?
Yeah, okay. Hulu Plus, it's on the internet. You go on there, you can see all thousands of hit shows.
Oi, vey.
Anytime, anywhere, on your TV, your PC, your smartphone, or your tablet. Anyway, support this podcast. You get an extended free trial of Hulu Plus when you go to huluplus.com/John. That's huluplus.com/JON. Or click the Hulu Plus banner on Jon Lovitz Vodcast Network.com.
In other words, you're writing to you about Hula Pussy? Hula Pula? What is it?
Hulu Plus.
Hulu Plus? Or pus, like something that comes out of a boil.
Pus?
Yeah.
Where am I?
Well, I have something to confess to you. In high school, I used to date a girl named Puss.
Was she pretty?
What?
Was she pretty?
Oh, she's very pretty.
She have a pretty pus?
Yeah. Well, her pus was a teenage yellow. So wasn't that gross?
Ugh. I can't believe you grossed me out.
Rehab, that's where the opening comic is right now.
Hey, speaking of Rehab, you were on Celebrity Rehab not that long ago, and I read something very interesting, and this is a real question. But you weren't on there because of a drug problem. You were supposed to go on there, it said, this is what it said, I don't know if it's true, as a mentor to the people who had the drug problem. And then they said, just go on as having a drug problem.
Yeah.
Well, but you didn't?
That was what Dr. Drapinski told me. He said, you're going to go on as a participant and encourage addicts how to get off drugs. Because at that time, I was clean from my cocaine overdose for 15, 16, 17 years. But they changed the tide on me, and I became a participant and had to play the role of the addict. But they say you'll be an addict forever. That is bullshit, folks. Once you stop the stuff and realize what it was doing to you, you won't do it anymore. And that's the truth of your heart.
I don't think it's doing it to you anymore.
What?
Nothing.
You don't think what?
I said, I don't think it's doing it to you anymore, sir.
Doing it to you?
Who?
You.
You OD'd on cocaine. What happened?
I took too much of it. What do you think? It was easy. I was living in coastline and took too much of it and went down for the count.
I had never took it, but I was in New York on Saturday Night Live, and I was meeting at this restaurant, meeting everybody. So I met David Bowie. I'm talking to David Bowie for an hour and a half. I said, I never did cocaine. I go, did I miss out on anything? He's like, no. I go, well, did it make your creativity better? He goes, well, I thought it did. He goes, for a month. But then I'd listen back to it and it sounded like crap. Then he goes, then I had a horrible problem with it. He goes, for 10 years he was addicted to it.
Yeah. Well, I didn't think I had a problem, but then again, what's a problem to a guy who has everything and knows what people are thinking before they know it? Shape up. I know that about you, John. That's why I love you. Hey!
I think I just shit my pants. Well,
what do you guys want us to do? Name something.
We'll get to those. I want to hear about Buddy Holly and how you. That's like your greatest role, and you got nominated for the Academy Award. And tell us about that.
I truly believe in my heart that Buddy Holly's spirit chose me to play the part. And when I was singing the songs and playing the part in the movie, when I wrapped it on December 30th, 1978, I came home and I was different. I was shaped different. I felt different. What happened was the spirit of Holly had left me, and he was singing through me. And that's an amazing thing, and it still happens today when I provide a concert in tribute to Buddy Holly. It was a beautiful experience, and it was made in 6 weeks, and everything was one take. One take means... Are you
serious?
They set it up and say, okay, speed, action. You do it, it's done, it's good. That's one take. It was one take all the way. All the music, all the scenes, everything was one take. That's because the spirit of Holly was there. Charles Hardin Holly, Lubbock, Texas. God bless.
So one take.
And I'm putting a CD together now, and it's fantastic. And I'm going to have some Buddy songs on there that haven't been recorded, and some who have. Some who have? Some that have. Okay. Grammar is my good thing at night. Is it night yet?
Yes.
How long have you been alive?
I just had my 56th birthday, July 21st.
Hey, happy birthday to John. Happy birthday to John. Happy birthday to John.
Well, how long have you been around?
I've been around the sun.
on Earth.
On Earth? Good paraphrase. I've been around the sun 69 times.
Oh, really?
Yeah, really.
You seem much younger to me.
I seem like what?
Much younger. You have so much energy.
I know, it's true. When I was 30.
Where does that energy come from in you?
Oh.
Help! Help! Security.
I'll leg wrestle with you. I'll tongue twist with you. I'll do butterfly kisses on your eye. No, I have a lot of energy.
Pass.
I was born with it. When I was 35 years old, I was playing 19 years old as Buddy Holly. And when I was 29 years old, I was playing 15 years old as a high school quarterback. I'm 69 now, and God knows
what was that? Because then later on you played that coach, didn't you, George?
Huh?
Didn't you play the famous football coach?
Yeah, Bear Bryant.
Bear Bryant, yeah.
I want y'all to come up on the side and talk with you.
I had to talk like that for 6 months. What?
Well, I was just nothing.
You have nothing? You go blank and cough? You should have been a doctor.
You try talking to you, you'd go blank.
Is that camera
I would
on?
love to see you talking to you.
What?
And see your reaction to yourself. That would be interesting.
You know, everything you see is a reflection of yourself, and that goes for all of you. Everything you see in nature.
Then get me a brush. It's a joke. Listen.
What are these? What kind of jokes are these? They're not kosher.
Oh.
You should see his dog Jerry has an underbite that you'd never want to have foreplay with. That's why he didn't have any girlfriends.
God damn, I was going to ask you something. It went right out of my head.
That's because I'm here to remind you that you don't have anything to ask me. You have things to say to me that will encourage me to help you.
Well, I have a question.
You want to interrupt?
Take.
Oh, now we're cooking.
Buddy Holly, you said everything was one take, like the first time they shot it and got it. So after that, when you would do movies and they would do a lot of takes, did you not like that, or did you like it?
Oh, no, that's the way it goes. I can do a scene 5 different ways to start with. And I love improv and spontaneity.
But do you prefer one or the other after that movie, or you don't care?
Either one. but it was built in. It was meant to be. And spontaneity comes from an invisible idea that is there before the creation. Hey.
Say that again, your mic cut out.
Yeah, the mic here, this mic is Jewish. It's cutting out on me. Okay. The beauty about spontaneity.
He actually likes me.
Shut up! Spontaneity comes from an invisible idea that is there before the creation begins. We all have that ability. How did I do that right?
Well, I could hear you this
I said
time.
ability. I love the double L's in words because it makes me sound dumb. There's not a lot of effort in making me sound dumb.
You know what's amazing to me is how talented you are, because you're a professional drummer, you're a college football player. You know, then you play Buddy Holly, you're playing the guitar. But like you did that movie, the surf movie, Big Wednesday. Did you do your own surfing?
Big Wednesday. I'd never surfed before in my life. And the director said, "You don't surf?" I said, "No, I'm from Texas, Oklahoma. There are no oceans there." He said, "Well, I'm going to push you into this wave. Stand up on the board like you did on the shore and just ride it." I said, "That's it?" He said, "Yes." So pushed me into the wave. I rode it for 90 feet. And he said, "You've never surfed?" I said, "No, I told you that." He said, "You're going to be a world-class surfer." I walked up to him and said, "John, I'm from Texas, Oklahoma. I played football. That's a collision sport. Surfing is for sissy boys." 4 months later, I was surfing 25-foot waves on Sunset Beach at Oahu. And I quickly said, "Surfing is not for sissy boys." Well, that's great about doing movies. You get to do things with other people, another culture, another country, and you get to learn about the truth of the people's hearts there. And that's just so beautiful, because you get an education learning how to love others when you don't even know them, but you do know them when they speak to you and smile in their eyes. It's a beautiful place to be, and I've been motivated and inspired to do that with others. Smile with my eyes and just consider other people's feelings first. Consider other people's feelings first. Can you do that?
Sometimes.
Honest answer.
Well, what were some of the countries you went to that you learned?
Spending time when?
What were,
Did you used to rob?
what were some of the countries that you went to
Istanbul.
that you learned from Istanbul?
Istanbul is fantastic, yeah. Bulgaria, Sofia, the Philippines, Greece, Skiathos, Greece, and the mainland of Greece, Canada, of course, Mexico, of course, Hawaiian Islands, of course. There's many places.
Did you have a favorite
I've been doing this
culture that was...
Excuse me. I've been doing this for 43 years. That equals 7. Do you know what that means?
No. You mean 40 plus 3 equals 7?
4 plus 3 is 7, yeah. But 7 is a very strong number in spirituality. Whoever said that, I love you. I can't see everyone out there, but everyone I see is beautiful. Even when I can't see you, I know there's beauty sitting right in front of me. It's coming out of your eyes, and your eyes are connected to your heart, and your heart is connected to your intelligence, and your intelligence is connected to your love and your fun and your grace. And that's everybody here. Yay!
What's your point?
My point is that I'm going to go to everyone here after the show and ask for some money. I'm not getting paid. But you know what? That's stupid to say, because I am getting paid. I'm getting paid to know you, adore you, love you, speak with you from my heart. I'm getting paid to be here with my good buddy Jon Lovitz, who I adore and respect forever. And it was great to have a ride in an SUV to come over here. And what we did that was really fun, we stopped at the Dairy Queen and we shouted insults to people wearing zippers. That is fun.
Where is there a Dairy Queen in Los Angeles?
What?
Where's there a Dairy Queen in Los Angeles?
Where's there a Dairy Queen in L.A.?
Yeah.
Down by Anheuser-Busch, where you can go there and get on Clydesdales and ride down that Dairy Queen right there and shout insults at people wearing zippers.
Jesus, you took the long way.
And you know when you do that, you have the ability to churn butter naked. And that is
So
fun
your
to watch.
motorcycle accident didn't affect you at all?
My what?
Remember when the first times I met you, you told me about you had a motorcycle accident in front of Jerry's Deli on Beverly.
No, it was in front of
Bartell's.
Bartell's.
The back of my head.
It was on Washington and Robertson Boulevard. There was
I
a
thought it
curve
was
there, and I
near
went,
the
bam, split my skull, knocked a hole in it, and look at me now.
I'm doing great.
Yeah, but I remember. Did you have more than one motorcycle accident or just the one?
Did you call me what?
I'm going to go with more than one.
I've had one motorcycle accident.
Remember you said the curb hit
I've
you?
changed the word accident to a blessing.
Because from the motorcycle accident with my skull fracture and my recovery, I had to start all over again. I was invited to the White House by George Herbert Walker Bush. And I gave the language that I came up with discussing my injury, and that language became the language that created the Traumatic Brain Injury Act that President Clinton signed in '97.
Well, I remember you told me.
It's okay to get hit in the head when you come up good.
Do you remember telling me? I remember you telling me the story. You said you went out, you saw your body floating. You said you saw God. Do you remember all that?
I didn't see God.
You didn't?
No, I didn't see God.
Oh, I thought that's what you told me. Well, what happened after you? Do you remember?
After what?
You hit your head.
After what?
After you hit your head.
After
You
the
fell.
brain-
I remember. No, I'm not trying to be funny. I remember you told me the story.
After the surgery, I quit living, and I left my body and went to the other side. And the other side, I was surrounded by angels, and I got knowledge from an angel speaking to me in an androgynous voice and thought. And I learned a lot about what I'd been doing and where I was going. And I was told what I could do, and for the responsibility I had coming up, I had to look for help in the spiritual realm. Then they told me I could go back to my body and continue your destiny, or you can come with us now. And when you hear the truth on the other side, you react to it immediately. And I didn't remember what happened until I saw the movie Ghost with my good friend, rest in peace, God bless you, Patrick Swayze. It's funny. It's not funny, but it is funny, and it's very strange. Every one of you in here is going to have something happen to you that turns you around in your own way of thinking. If it hadn't happened already, it's coming. And be open for it, have faith in it, and rejoice your ability to learn.
Yay!
Well, how did you change your life after that?
My life was changed after that. Yeah, I didn't.
Like, how did it change?
Well, I became more humble with humility, and I realized I had so much to learn about life because I didn't know what was going on before I had that trip to the other side. And I don't say that you should have a motorcycle accident and split your skull open to find that out, but you can find it out through prayer when you pray to your angels and ask for the opportunities you need to be better in the eyes of your spiritual guides. And your spiritual guides are all around you all the time. And it's great to know that and to speak with them because they'll protect you, they'll speak through you, they'll project you, and they'll put love. Your angels will put angelic love in your heart that you can give to others. That's what I learned, and I'm still learning it.
Have you talked to other people that have had the same experience? Because a lot of people, if they've never had anything like that, they're like, oh, well, I'd like to believe that, but it's so far removed from anything. But there's, books, hundreds or thousands of books about people with these kinds of experiences. Did you meet other people with the same experiences?
Well, my experience was so strong to me personally that those books are nice, but they're not what I experienced.
Oh.
And what I experienced, I'm going to share. I'm putting together now an autobiography, and it's called 360 Ways to See an Elephant. You coughed when I'm talking.
Sorry.
Don't you know?
360 ways to see an elephant?
Yeah, but you got to move your mic when you're going to cough. You know?
Well, but then they don't know what I did. I'll just look like I went.
I'll tell you the secret.
It'll look like I'm dying.
Shut up. I'll tell you the secret about 360 ways to see an elephant. If you put an elephant in the center of a circle and move around the circle 1 degree at a time, you'll see that same elephant in 360 different ways. There's much more about life that you can see just straight ahead. It's all around you. It's inside of you. It's above you. And from past life experiences you've had, that will come in fruition in your life now if you let it. Just have to let it by being open. And being clear, vulnerable, and open gives your mind the ability to take charge of your direction.
Deep. I don't know why I did that. By the way, Leavitz or Leavitz Vodcast is brought to you by LegalZoom.com. Gary, did you know you could start a business with an LLC or corporation for $99? Or you could get a will starting at $69.
Get what at 69?
A will.
That's how old I am, 69.
Yeah, well, you might want to start getting one.
You mean a will like who I'm going to give things to after?
Yeah, who are you going to leave everything to?
Well, I don't plan to die, dummy.
You could have a living trust. No, that's fine. Don't do it. You know, LegalZoom's not a law firm.
LegalZoom cotton?
It's just, who?
Does this have anything to do with a female riding the cotton pony?
A female riding the cotton pony?
Yeah. It's
What the hell is a cotton pony?
It's a girls group from Nashville.
It's what?
A girls band from Nashville. They're called the Cotton Ponies. Go ahead. It's your show.
Anyway, I have to tell you that LegalZoom.com is not a law firm. It's a step-by-step process created by a team of top attorneys and experts, and in technology to provide self-help services at your specific direction. Anyway, you get an extra discount when you type Lovitz, L-O-V-I-T-Z, in the referral box at checkout of LegalZoom.com, Gary.
That's good. .com, Gary. Always go to that. If you want to get the Buseyisms, go to GaryBusey.com.
Hey, I have a question for you. You've done so many different shows, but lately you've been doing some reality shows. You did Celebrity Apprentice. How'd you like working with Donald Trump?
Oh, he's great. He's great. He's fantastic. He's really brilliant and single-minded and focused and knows what he's doing. And man, it's like being in a three-ring circus without any clothes on doing that show.
Didn't you have something happen with Meatloaf and you?
That was 2 years ago. Yeah, Meatloaf
on that show?
Exploded on me and told me he was going to put me in the hospital in 4 minutes. And then he came and apologized to me, and I went, okay, fine. But in the boardroom...
Was he really mad, or did they... No, they just said, get mad for the show?
It was like the dog and the cat in Arkansas.
Well, that makes sense.
Yeah. Anyway, in the boardroom, I didn't say Meatloaf. John Rich said, Gary has no focus. And now I know to say, John Rich has no idea what focus is, doesn't know the definition, not even aware of it. And who had the focus this morning when Meatloaf was going to torture me and put me in the hospital in 4 minutes? I had the focus, he did not. And if Meatloaf did that in a regular job, he would be fired without pension, 2 weeks' notice, or a gold watch. The fact that it happened on Celebrity Apprentice, where you're supposed to learn how to operate great in business, he should be fired here, because if he doesn't, it's a dark mark, a negative minus for Celebrity Apprentice All-Star, for Celebrity Apprentice. But I didn't say that. But I could have, but I didn't.
Thought of it. Do you know why he got so mad at you? Or was it was fake? It was set up?
Very jealous. They were very jealous and insecure and afraid of me.
They're afraid of you?
Oh, yeah.
Why?
Because when I speak, I don't speak for my own self. I speak for myself. That's many of me. There's many of me all around me, even here. And it's fun to be here, all around you with all of me. All around you with all of me. I keep going like that, you know?
You think you intimidated them?
Yeah.
With your energy?
I did intimidate them. But that's my nature. That's my natural nature. I'm not intimidating anybody in here because I love everybody in here. And I love Meatloaf, too. He's a great guy. It's just that game is a tough game. It's a tough game.
What was the charity you were doing it for?
Who?
Huh?
Which charity? Which show? Okay.
Celebrity Apprentice.
Listen to me. Celebrity
Is it
Apprentice
me?
All-Stars, I have a charity called Kawasaki Disease for Children. And you can go to buseyfoundation.org and find out about it, because we're now celebrating the donations for recovery and achievement. Kawasaki disease hits children from 5 months to 5 years. And it can cause coronary artery aneurysms, and the symptoms are like a puffy face, a strawberry tongue, and fever that won't quit. And go in there and get that looked at, and we're raising money for it, buseyfoundation.org, for the Kawasaki disease for children, because there's nothing more precious to me in the world and the universe than children.
And people can go on your website, right? And click. It was at GaryBusey.com, and they can see that.
buseyfoundation.org.
Oh.
You can find out about the Kawasaki disease and how to donate. And I got good news for all you taxpayers. The donations are tax deductible. Yay!
And you know, you do have a very unique way of thinking. In fact, I think you coined it. You call it Buseyisms.
Yeah.
Can talk
Yeah.
about? We're going to show you some examples of this. It's
Well,
very funny and deep and clever and funny. But go ahead.
Buseyisms is something that I started 8, 9, 10 years ago. And I realized I was all alone, living alone, and not feeling good about where I've been and who I've been with. But so what? Life goes on. So I'm thinking about the past. Like, oh God, I'm making journals. This happened, this happened. What about this? This happened, this happened. And then I figured out I'm dealing in the past. Where am I now? I'm in the now. Okay, now. What does that mean, now? And the first Buseyism is now. That stands for no other way.
But you take a word and then you define it.
I
to
take the
letters.
word and the letters to spell the word. I create a definition for the word out of letters to spell it. For instance, war, W-A-R, women and religion. The word simple, S-I-M-P-L-E. See it manifesting precious loving energy. The word relationship, really exciting love affair turns into overwhelming nightmare. Sobriety hangs in peril.
That's a great one.
And on the other hand, there's romance, R-O-M-A-N-C-E, relying on magnificent and necessary compatible energy. And
What about this one?
oh, these are good. Well,
Do we? We're gonna set up, take some questions for the audience, and then present you with some of these. Gary has a gift for
those
some
who
of
ask
you.
a question will receive Buseyism. I'm presenting this to Jon Lovitz tonight. I'm putting his name on it from Gary Busey. J-O-N?
J-O-N, yes.
I just need to remove it.
J-O-N.
To John, fart. Fart stands for, F-A-R-T, feeling a rectal transmission. And the note at the bottom says, a bodily function which cannot be denied. So this is for you.
Thank you, Gary. And you made art out of this.
Yeah, art. Okay, another one for John. Put to John.
J-O-N.
Yeah. And Gary Busey.
G-A-R-Y.
This one is nuts. Never underestimate the spirit. When you are feeling the grace of your spirit, it's okay to be nuts.
Well, thank you, Gary.
You're welcome.
So apparently I'm just nuts and gas.
After the question. I've been doing this for years, and I got a book about that thick, and it's going to be published pretty soon, with also some writing I do on my own concerning my spiritual evolution. And it's a great thing to read, because you can open it to anywhere and read a word like transformation, awesome, light. Oh, light, L-I-G-H-T. That stands for living in God's heavenly thoughts. These are places that These are words that you take and put in your heart for victory in your life forever.
Available at GaryBusey.com.
Thank you, Stephanie. Boy, what would I do without you, honey? They're available at GaryBusey.com. You can go on that and see all these different kind of Buseyisms.
What's fun? What is that one?
Fun. Finally understanding nothing. Here's a good one for you. Music. Melodic, unique sound inviting creativity. Music is the highest art form of communication in the universe. Music was here before time began. It is the universal language of all the galaxies. Peace. P-E-A-C-E. Purely experiencing a comfortable energy. Purely experiencing a comfortable energy. Peace is settling and kind. Boy, when you have things going on in your head that doesn't rhyme with your harmony, get rid of it, dismiss it, and get to peace. Peace of mind is a powerful thing.
Right here, here's one.
Yes, we have destiny. D-E-S-T-I-N-Y. Directed energy supporting travel and New Year's. Life is a journey that keeps moving. Pretty soon there'll be a book out with all these in them. We have some questions.
We have some questions.
What?
Does anybody have a question for Gary? You want to ask him?
Up here. Second level. Up here.
Oh, go ahead.
Is there any chance that we can get an I'm with Busey round 2 going on?
I'm what?
I'm with Busey, the show you did.
No, that's dead. That's like a
So no,
fish
can
that
they do
never-
another? What was I'm with Busey? He wants to know if they can do that
It's
show
about
again.
this guy named Adam De La Pena taking me out and doing things with me. And didn't tell me anything to do, so I created things like understanding there is no fear. And taking a machete and whapping him by the ear so he'd understand there's no fear. That was a tough show to do, and it wasn't run right. We didn't have a good
You
show.
whacked the guy by his ears with a machete?
Huh?
You whacked him by his head with a machete?
Yeah, right by his head. I wasn't touching him. I was showing him there's nothing to fear with me. You want to do it?
No. I already shit my pants once.
When was that, John? Another question.
Another question?
Yes, sir.
Hold on, we're going to bring him a mic. Wait, he's going to bring you a mic so everyone can hear you.
Enough respect, man. Remember that movie you were in back in around 82 called DC Cab?
Yeah, I sure do.
Somehow I seem to recollect you wearing a jacket that had the Pepsi Cola insignia on it.
You were a jackass addict? That's you pretty clever.
Look, that's secondary, all right? My initial question was, I think you were wearing a jacket that had the Pepsi Cola logo on it.
Yeah.
That wasn't your own design or spirit.
No, that was wardrobe. I didn't get to keep anything.
But did you get a check to cash from it?
What?
Was that orchestrated by the sponsors and whatnot?
What?
What, did they make you wear a Pepsi jacket
Yeah, I said,
for
yeah, that was
sponsorship?
wardrobe. Then he said
Of
something like
Pepsi?
cash
So
in
you
a
mean
check.
like product placement?
You know what? Let's just skip it.
No, it's a great question.
It
I don't
is.
know. I
could answer
just
if I
thought it was
understood
kind of funny. I mean, you with Mr. T. I was about 8 years old. I mean, you had those teeth that were like a drive-in movie theater. You know what I mean? And no, you were bringing some energy to that thing. And I was just wondering. I was like, Pepsi? What the hell is that? Whose idea was that?
Well, the truth about me that I was born with the energy of 10 men who have normal jobs. I've been doing this 43 years, and it's so great to be here with John and talking to you guys. And I want to hear another question. They could be very personal questions.
Just raise your hand, and there's a guy with the microphone.
Yes,
Come
ma'am.
here.
What's your favorite project you ever worked on?
My favorite what
Project, movie, project?
that I've ever done
Yeah.
is the Buddy Holly story. And then Lethal Weapon 1 Point Break, The Firm, Under Siege, Star is Born with Barbara Streisand, Straight Time with Dusty Hoffman, Big Wednesday, the surfing movie, Carried Away, and Insignificance. Insignificance I did in England, and that went to the Cannes Film Festival for competition. I've been graced with a lot of blessings and a lot of great people that have come to love and help me. Thank you. That's a great question, honey.
I got a question for you. Under Siege was one of my favorite roles that you did, and I wonder how much of that was your own creativity versus your role in Under Siege. I wonder how much of that was your own creativity versus the director telling you how to.
Well, that's a good question, man. Thank you. Andy Davis, the director, gave me a book of the USS Missouri going to war in the Persian Gulf. And he said, if you have any ideas from this, come and tell me. And I read the book, and I learned that when they're on a combat mission, when they cross the equator, all the first-year sailors are given hard things to do, like walk on their knees from the bows of the ship to the conning tower and blow Morse code into half-made jello, making fun of their genitals. And at the end of the day, they are promoted to a shellback. A shellback is a first-year soldier ready to fight. And there's a Queen of the Wogs who comes out and dresses as a woman, and it's always an executive officer. So I said, that's it. And I went back to Andy Davis and handed him the book and said, I know what I'm going to do. He said, what? I'm going to kill the captain in drag. What? I said, I'm an ex-pollywog queen. I dress up like a woman. And I heard a 44 stuffed bra, and I wore my own underwear, my own navy shoes, and had a lovely wig and makeup on. And Warner Brothers said, no, we're not going to do this. You cannot do this because it's a martial arts movie with Steven Seagal. And Steven said, whose idea was this? I said, mine. He said, it'll never happen. So I said, okay, to Warner Brothers, I said, here's what I'll do. I'll do both genders, male and female. And I'll get the scene done before lunch with two genders. That'll save you $250,000. So I said, okay. So when they saw me as a woman, well, as what I thought of as a woman, with my wig off and the pantyhose and the makeup and my breast on the table, and I looked at the paper and said, Stranix, that's Tommy Lee Jones. This is what I'm dealing with. They said the crew doesn't like him. He needs to see a doctor, he needs to go to the hospital. I slammed the papers down and said, do I look like I need psychological evaluation? And Tommy Lee said, not at all. So that was that scene. It got in the movie because of my creativity, enforcing spontaneity and improvisation, and giving the movie a little bit of twist in the middle. And that scene caused the United States Navy to agree with the motion picture because we proved that an executive officer needs psychological evaluation. That's a good question, man. Thank you. Another question.
Yeah. Do you have any fond memories from shooting Predator 2?
Where are you?
Right here.
Over there.
Where?
There.
Right here, sir.
Hey, okay.
Hello. Do you have any fond memories from shooting Predator 2?
What? Do you have any fond memories from shooting Predator 2?
Yeah.
Gary.
Yeah, one. I loved it when it was over. Get me out of here. It was a lot of fun.
Was that in Mexico in the jungle or something?
That was here. That was here in the meat plant. I worked with Danny Glover, who I worked with before in Lethal Weapon.
Oh, yeah, Predator 2.
Steve Hopkins directed it. It was lovely. It was a great thing. Although the costumes that we wore when we were hunting for the Predator, wow, they were so bad. You couldn't move in them. It's like, boo, boo, boo. But we got through it, and they called Rehab, and the movie turned out to be nice and groovy with Maria Conchita Alonso, and Danny Glover, and Bill Paxton, and me.
Do you like doing all different styles of movies, or?
Oh yeah, I love it, man. I love it. I'm a go-getter for improv and spontaneity, and the more eccentric and out there the image is for the picture, the purpose of the movie, the purpose of the scene, I'm there 5,000 miles past heaven. I'm there. I'm there full with my heart. Because that's what I get to do. I get to do this. I don't take it seriously. I take it with love and gratitude, which is how we do things in life these days to get ahead.
Do we have time for one more question?
Yeah, one more question. Anybody?
Yes, sir.
Well, two more then. Go ahead.
Question for both of you. For you, Mr. Busey, and for Gary.
What now?
What's your favorite talk show you've been on?
Jon Lovitz. I've been on a lot, believe you me. This is the best. I've done the Leno, I've done the Letterman, I've done the Kimmel, I've done the Fallon. But there's something so magical and fresh, new, and honest about this. The way we present our information to you, you're in a very special place tonight.
And Jon Lovitz, I have a question for you.
Yes.
What's that?
He has a question for me. Me!
Go for it, buddy.
I'm a huge fan of The Critic. You feel like your show came first in terms of all the other shows that followed in the with behind-the-scenes type of sitcoms?
Oh, the Critic did?
Yeah.
I don't think so. I mean,
you can't answer the question.
Well, I never thought of the show that way.
Even me.
I mean, I'll tell you, the Critic, the Al Jean and Mike Reese, they wrote it, and they were head writers on The Simpsons, and Al Jean still is. But apparently, it influenced Seth MacFarlane a lot on Family Guy. And I think Family Guy is terrific, but they're always like, I guess the Simpson writers are always saying, "Oh, he ripped off The Simpsons," but Al thinks a lot of stuff he got from The Critic, and a lot of whole scenes he took, which I didn't realize. But I guess, but of course, it influenced him because he was a kid watching those shows. So that everyone's influenced by what comes before them, you know. But I don't really see the similarity between it, except the Family Guy. It's a family, and then they'll do joke upon joke and go off in different directions. But I don't know how you can say that's only mine. You can't do that. I think they're both funny, but hilarious.
You know, you answered that question very good.
I did.
But I didn't understand any of it. Your answer.
I didn't understand your answer to the last question when you said about the Under Siege 2, and you said that people would tap Morse code about their genitalia, and that's what made you want to dress as a woman?
That's what they did on the ship with the first-year sailors. They had to blow Morse code in the unmade Jell-O, making fun about their body parts.
They had to what?
They took whistles, blew it in unmade Jell-O, making fun about their body parts.
They blew Morse code in unmade Jell-O?
Yes, sir. I take it you want to be in the Navy now.
Well, how did blowing Morse code in unmade Jell-O make you want to dress as a woman?
You know what?
Or am I missing some connection?
No, the guy dressed as a woman is the one enforcing the first-year sailors to blow Morse code, making fun of their body parts.
Oh.
But
I remember that scene, though. It was hilarious, and it made you scary.
Yes, I came over to your house. I can come over to your house, fix some Jell-O for you, put you in a funny little outfit, and give you a whistle. And I'll show you Morse code to make fun about your body parts, and you will be a shellback ready for combat.
Yeah, well, I'm going to have to pass on that one.
One last question. Here we go.
Like a Woody Allen movie. Yeah, okay, I'm going back to Earth now. So, well, there's one more question?
Yeah, I'm here.
Yes?
First of all, Gary, amazing night. Enjoyed it very much.
Where is the question?
Over here. My in the corner and dark.
Oh, okay.
My question is, you've accomplished a lot during your life. What's the one thing that you still want to accomplish?
What?
Well, what's the one thing you still want to do during your life besides?
What else do you want to accomplish in your life that you haven't done so far?
Oh.
Is there you have some goal?
I want to have a baby. No, I'm kidding.
You're kidding?
I already have babies.
Thank God.
I'm not gonna. I already have babies. I don't even. Well, you know what I'd like to do, and I'm going to work on doing this. Whether I write the picture, produce it or direct it, but I want to do a personal story about Thomas Jefferson and his work with the slaves and his lover, Sally, who betrothed them a child, and when him and Ben Franklin went to London and went to the Hell Club, and that was a major, big orgy. And see the backside, the other side of the coin about Thomas Jefferson. And then show the side of him when he's 29 years old and he wrote the Declaration of Independence.
What the hell are you talking about? What history book did you read about an orgy with Thomas Jefferson and George Washington in London?
It's not George, it's Ben.
Ben Franklin?
Ben.
Where did you read about this?
I want you to remember what Benjamin Franklin said.
Did you just make that up?
Shut up. I want you to remember what Benjamin Franklin said. He said, the person who is rich rejoices with what he has. Okay, go.
Okay. What the fuck are you talking about? What orgy?
Just making it up as I go.
What orgy? Well, Gary, I want to thank you for being on the show, but we have a special treat. Gary's a great musician, so I asked him to bring his guitar here and sing some songs for us.
Hey.
What do you think?
Fantastic!
Help. Okay.
Gary,
Kidding.
play the drums, John. Holy shoes!
You like it, man? These shoes. These shoes were painted for me by some female fans I have in Minneapolis. And they're Doc Martin shoes, which is not really fair life.
Okay.
Hello? This is a song I wrote 35 years ago. Wow. Jeez, let's see.
Here, wait, here.
Well, I danced to the bayou, my heart's going. She was so beautiful, the lady in lace, so filled with grace. I had to find new words to please her. So I dropped my line. Love words that long Lord pirate cat. She said, "Forgive you only just come closer to me. I'll show you ever like nobody." She's a queen of the bayou. There's nothing I could do. She wanted my heart and just took it away. She's the angel of Bojado Bayou. Yes, she's the angel of Bojado Bayou. Now the mist and the shadows don't scare me no more, and the lights shine like diamonds on Pontchartrain shore. She brought back the sunshine throughout the bad times, gone like a bone that you throw out the door. Shadow Bayou. She's the angel of Shadow Bayou. Oh, she's the angel of Shadow Bayou. 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 Yay! And you know the story of that song is I wrote it from my heart and my spirit, and there was never a girl in the bayou. The girl I saw was an angel, and she's never there, but she's in my heart and in my spirit. I saw her, I fell in love with her, I gave her my heart, and now I'm an angel. Yay!
Yeah.
You want to do another one? What? Maybe, baby, I'll have you. Maybe, baby, you'll be true. Maybe, baby, I'll have you someday. It's funny, honey, you don't care. You never listen to my prayer. Baby, baby, I'll have you someday. Well, now you are the one that makes me sad, and you are the one that makes me glad. When someday I want you, then you'll be there. We'll wait and see. Hey! Maybe, baby, I'll have you someday. It's for you, Stephanie. Baby, baby, I'll have you. Now I know that I will always have you. Sweet Stephanie, you're always in my heart. You are. Ah, la, 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 la.
Gary Busey, everybody. Thanks so much for coming. I'm Jon Lovitz. How about a hand for our guest, Gary Busey? Great job. Oh, go ahead. Whoever asks questions, come up and Gary will hand these out to you. Anyway, that's our show. Thank you so much for coming. We're on the Jon Lovitz Vodcast Network.com. Leavitz or Leavitz. Gary Busey, thank you very much.
Ladies and gentlemen, give it up one more time for Jon Lovitz and his very special guest, Gary Busey, for another live Lovitz or Leavitz right here at the Lovitz Comedy Club and Podcast Theater. That's going to do it for us, folks. Thanks.
Now that the show is over, don't forget to sign up for your free trial of Hulu Plus. Hulu Plus lets you binge on thousands of hit shows, anytime, anywhere, on your TV, PC, smartphone, or tablet. Support this podcast and get an extended free trial of Hulu Plus when you go to huluplus.com/John. That's huluplus.com/JON. Or click the Hulu Plus banner on Jon Lovitz Vodcast Network.com. Hello, I'm Jon Lovitz, and it's summer. Don't be stuck in your office all day. Get started with a free 30-day trial of eVoice. eVoice gives you a toll-free or local number, so you can take business calls from anywhere and always sound like you're at the office. Also, eVoice has great features like dial by name directory, and it even transcribes your voicemails so you can read them at your convenience. So now that the show is over, go to eVoice.com and enter promo code LOVITZ for your 30-day free trial. That's eVoice.com, promo code Lovitz, that's spelled Lovitz, or go to the Jon Lovitz Vodcast and click the eVoice banner. Also, don't forget to go to LegalZoom.com today and get 15% off your last will through the end of August. Or get a living trust, and you'll receive a pour-over will absolutely free. LegalZoom is not a law firm, but its step-by-step process was created by a team of top attorneys and experts in technology to provide self-help services at your specific direction. Get an extra discount when you type Lovitz, that's Lovitz, in the referral box at checkout. LegalZoom.com.